Turn the thing off now. God. It's dark.
You can actually put it back in the room.
Or unplug it. Look how fat my face is. Hey! My arm finna start hurting.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah, man. We could switch. Yeah, my arm finna start hurting. I'm gonna wait till we got like... How many you think I should wait till like 5? This ain't my phone. I'm putting in my code. Oh, look at them.
I don't know. You got one right now.
Hey, y'all. Look at the children's. Look at the babies. Oh, right. It was a Yugen. How many people y'all think we should wait for?
Yeah, 2.
We got some juicy questions. Juicy, baby. Juicy.
It's just Kanisha on here.
I know. That's why I said, how many do you think?
I haven't done this in a long time. Ugly!
Y'all need deliverance. Y'all need deliverance. Girl! Hey.
It's been a minute and you got one.
What you trying to say?
Cookies.
Maybe
Cookies.
your popularity. Hey,
Let's
you're alive.
not talk!
Oh, I get.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Zero Life.
There you go.
Anyway.
You got 2.
All right, we're going to get started. We're not going to take a long time. They can watch the replay or whatever. Oops. Okay. So, I saw Dear and Ken. Get off of me, please. Or just lean back. I saw Dear and Ken do this. If you don't know who Dear and Ken is, they're a couple that has a YouTube channel. They do pranks. They do vlogs. They do all kind of stuff. Experiments, all kind of stuff. I watch them all the time. I love them. Anyway, some stuff came out about Ken, so I went and watched their most recent video. So it made me want to do this with E. So I got these questions from off of their video, and it's called Truth or Drink. So every time that you can't answer the question, or if you lie, you're supposed to take a drink, but we ain't drinking, and that's just that. And yeah, it's some not risque questions on here, but it's some sexual questions on here. So if like you extra deep and you can't handle us answering sexual questions, then you should go. All right, let's get into it. You gonna angle the thing, right?
Show me how you want me to handle it.
Man, we looking like old people that don't know how to use social media.
I'm just trying to preserve my arms.
Ain't no preservation, dog. All right, the first question is...
Oops.
Have you... Yeah, that's all right, dog. It ain't about you, though. Have you ever lied to your significant other about where you were at? I know you lying. Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Talking about before we got married.
Before we got... I don't know. Well, I don't know. It say significant other. It don't say spouse.
Still.
Yes, you have, dog. You used to be like, I love you. I want to be with you. I don't want to be with nobody else. And then go...
And then you would have said, where you going? And I would have said, I'm going over there.
I'd have slapped you for the thought of it. Yes, I've lied.
Bye-bye.
I'm licking Gucci.
I've lied. I told my husband I was at a girl house engaging in sexual activity to prevent telling him the real truth the way I was, and that was at some other dude house. Anyways, next question. Hey, cut it out. Has your partner ever bought you something you didn't like?
Oh, you should have tagged me in this. Actually,
I
I
should
can do that.
have. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead. I think it's that one.
No, that's to bring them on.
You was right. So then it's the other one. Hold on. Let's add Emerson. Is it this?
We
Opa.
look old for real now.
Dang. Hold on, y'all. We gotta add Emerson to this.
How we
You
tag?
didn't even try the other one. Dang.
That's just the invite. Share it from mine.
Oh, hold on, y'all. We should have been did this.
It's her fault.
Sorry. What is going on? Whoa, what's happening? She not even thinking about you, honestly. All right. Next question has your partner ever bought you something that you didn't like? If so, what was it? And did you lie so you wouldn't hurt their feelings?
No.
Yes. He ain't really buy me nothing, but he threw me this big old birthday party that I didn't ask him. Like, I gave him a specific thing that I wanted, and he did the exact opposite of that. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It's just it wasn't what I wanted. But, yeah. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell him how I felt until later. Okay, a dirty secret no one knows about you.
A dirty secret. What kind of dirty?
A dirty secret. Dirty.
I had on your sister. Okay. Okay, sorry.
What did you just say? Whispered in my ear. I had sex with a boy behind a meat market on the ground. Most embarrassing moment.
I farted in front of my crush in the 6th grade.
I think my most embarrassing moment was when my daddy whipped me in front of all his coworkers because I told him I don't gotta do nothing that I don't want to do. He asked me to sing and I told him no. I think it was more of
Joe Jackson right there.
I think it was more. I don't think it was more the fact that I was rebelling against what he said. I think it was more the fact that he was mad that I did it in front of his coworkers. I think that's what. That's my most embarrassing moment. I don't got nothing else. I mean, when I was in the 4th grade, I farted in front of my class on accident while I was reading. You know how the teacher give you like a paragraph and each person got to read. When it was my turn to read, I just got nervous and I just farted real big. I mean, other than that, that's my most embarrassing one. Okay, have you ever used someone just to have sex with them?
No.
A lie. No.
It's not a lie.
I've never used anyone to have sex with them. Manipulated them, yes. Is that the same thing? Like if I want it, I know how to manipulate you into giving it to me. That's not using you. Using is like you don't have the intention of like you don't want nothing more from them. You just want that. Yeah. Give it here.
How you say I lie?
You use me for sex.
No, I haven't.
You should have. Yes, you have.
When?
Have
Tell me
you?
about it.
You used me for sex when you first met me.
How did I do that?
Okay, well then. Okay, well yeah, I used somebody for sex then.
What's that supposed to mean?
She said that it's the same thing.
Oh.
All right. Number 6. Have you ever thought? For y'all who just joined, some of these questions are sexual. So if you uncomfortable with that, then get off the live. Amen. All right. Number 6. Have you ever thought of another person while having sex?
No.
No. No. Have you ever had or wanted a threesome?
No.
Nah, dog. This is a one-woman cooch. All right. Okay, so like I said, this game is called Truth or Drink, but we're not drinking, so we're just answering the questions. It says if your body count is 5 or more, then you have to drink. So I would be drinking.
I wouldn't be drinking.
Nobody cares at all, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna skip number 11. What is your guilty pleasure? I don't think we have one, so that's why I said I'm skipping. Okay, what was the most outrageous thing you've done? What was the most outrageous thing you've done at your mom's house?
I haven't done anything outrageous at my mom's house. I mean, childhood playing around. Nothing outrageous. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and drink my invisible shot to that.
I know what it is.
I know you know what it is. You was there, in there. I'm gonna
have
drink.
enough reason that they can put 2 and 2 together. So you might as well just get it out.
Dog. Oh, okay. Woo!
No, just let whoever add it up.
Woo! Don't you tell D. Don't you tell Dr. D nothing. I didn't reveal no secrets. I took an invisible shot, okay? All right. When did you lose your virginity?
I was 24 years old.
I was 19. No. I wasn't 19. I was 18. I got pregnant when I was 19. I was 10 to 18 years old. That man took advantage of me. All right. What's the most illegal thing you've done?
I don't even know if I did anything illegal.
You haven't. I'm just telling you right now, you haven't.
You?
I've stole before. Like I stole some nail polish out of Walmart, but I got caught. And my sister took the blame. She told them she stole it. She had to go to court and dude, she was on probation and all this other stuff. It was terrible. You want to switch?
No, I'm good.
All right. Question number 15. Have you ever had a one-night stand?
No. Why you say? You don't believe me?
Nah, I've had one. All right. What's the worst thing you've said about your significant other to a friend or family? To a friend. Blah. It's that one shot I took. Okay. What's the worst thing you said about your significant other to a family member or friend?
The worst thing I said to a family member or friend about you.
Yeah, I would love to hear this.
Oh, you going down the line?
You gonna say what?
I don't think I've said anything that's
Listen, I be. Did he? You not gonna say?
I can't recall.
Oh, now you can't recall.
I
You
know
just
what
said some stuff because I done went through your little stank phone and you be on there talking to your little. Well, I almost said something. Talking to your mama and just be, just pray, Mom. That's how he always started. Anytime when Emerson finna drag me to his mama, he always say, just pray, Mom. And then she be like, what's going on? And then she this, she that, she da-da-da-da-da. And then she give her little spiel. Anytime he finna drag me through the mud, he always started off with, just pray, Mom. I'll pray, all right. We gonna pray.
Go tell JJ.
Go tell JJ.
Tell him you got a potty.
Man, I done went in on Emerson. Real talk. He a loser. He broke. Like, the list is endless. Like, are we really gonna go into all of that? Like, yeah, dog. I didn't went in on my dog. Anyway, next question, number 17. Whose cooking is better, your mom's or your wife's?
Yours.
Really?
That's the default answer.
So your mama trail mix better than my food?
Trail mix. You had that spaghetti.
Let me tell y'all something. Leola spaghetti is so good, dog. Oh my God. Man, Miss Leola be trying to cook all fancy and junk when we come over. I be like, dog, I don't even want that, dog. Where is the spaghetti? That lady, listen, she's not a bad cook. I've never had anything from her that tasted like, well, disgusting, spit it in a napkin. But I love her spaghetti. I don't know what it is, but I just love her spaghetti. But is that your truthful answer? That your mom's cooking is better than mine?
I didn't say my mom's cooking was
Oh,
better
you said
than yours.
mine. Is that your truthful answer, though?
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time I had my mom's cooking? I eat yours most of the time.
So, okay, well, I'm humbled. All right. Name someone in your field you would never work with. Name someone in your field of work, like whatever it is, that you would never work with.
I'm going to let you go on this one.
I can't say the name.
Music?
Music-wise, I can't say the name, but she stole my song and I'll never work with her again. Period, poo. And y'all can run and tell that.
Jaden.
Hey! Give it back, Zoe. She had it first.
All day, every day.
They always arguing about something. Baby, when I tell you I would never work with her again, and on the side note, make sure if you come into an agreement with somebody that you write up a contract, because these niggas act like they got straight up amnesia when you start to questioning them about stuff that they said they was gonna do. I wrote a song and this person asked me if they could have the song, and I said yes. Make sure I get writer's credit. Make sure I get all my copyright. I want my money. Like, that was the agreement. I ain't care about nothing else. This person went, did the song, released the song. I go on iTunes to listen to the song, and it's got written by such and such on there. So then when I confront this person, like, did you do the copyrights and all of that stuff? Oh, yeah, I put your name on Astro or whatever. And I'm like, what the heck is an Astro? Like I said, I wanted my money. I said I want my copyrights. So, you're a stealer of song and chips. Next. Never work with her again, ever. Oops! Oh, well. All right. Yeah, I said her. I wasn't trying to reveal the gender. Anyway, did you answer?
I mean, I think I'm a pretty fluid person. I'd give anybody a chance once. So, I don't have a person.
Child. All right. Does your significant other have a bad habit that affects the way you see him or her?
Yes.
Do tell, love.
You know. Well, and it's a misinterpretation.
Why is Riley so quiet?
Which one? Mom, she only got a roll of toilet paper and then unravel.
Well, it's finna be unraveled and it's finna be everywhere. I'll tell you that.
I'll take that.
Anyway.
So Nature do this thing when she get mad, she go and listen to worship music.
And do,
praise
because
the
I'm
Lord.
saved for real. Because I'm saved for real and you mad.
Jaden.
Okay, give it back. Give it back. Give it back. It don't even matter. At this point, it don't even matter. Just give her the tissue. If she want to TP the house, Let her do it.
Audrisa said you gotta send her
Yo,
these
she
pictures.
pissed. Okay, I
When she
will.
ran across the...
Oh. Okay, what was the question? You said when I get mad, I listen to worship music. That's a bad habit?
Mommy, Daddy.
What? Jaden, go take Zoe and sit on the toilet. Please. Put the little mini thing on there, the Minnie Mouse thing on there and sit on the toilet. And she telling us she got to pee. Come on, we in potty training mode. I don't see that as a bad habit. You just don't like it because I'm saved and I'm close with God. And you just be mad. I listen to worship music to Rase. Get my life together because, baby, I be ready to fight. Thank you. That's a good habit. That's not a bad habit. Emerson, there's a lot. There's so many. But I would say the worst one, and I don't know if this is really like a habit, but like I would say his bad habit is like being addicted to social media. Is that a bad habit? I don't know. We got these questions from a couple on YouTube named De'Ara and Ken. The original video that they did is called Truth or Drink, but we not drinking, so we just answering the questions honestly. She pooped?
In her blood. No, it's all good. I got it. I'm gonna be the bigger person. Since y'all doing
The
something.
baby said you gonna be the bigger person.
Well, it's not the bigger person. I'm gonna be a good big brother changer.
You the best, Shay. We almost done anyway. So yeah, if they lie or if they don't answer truth, if they lie or if they don't want to answer the question, then you have to drink. But we just decided, I keep putting in your code, my code. But we just decided not to do that and just answer it. Yes, I love De'Ara and Ken. Okay, yeah, that social media stuff, like he get out of control with it. And like every 6 months or so, he just get into this thing where he just want to be like a complete prick, rhymes with, on social media. And you just have to like reel him in because I just be embarrassed for the brother. Anyway, have you ever done role play?
No.
Nah, it's too much work. It's too much work. You got to get dressed up. It's too hot. Would you want to, though?
No.
It's just too
It's
much
white.
work. I did. You said it's white.
It's white.
That's not white. That's because you grew up watching white porn.
Ah!
But listen, I'm willing to do it.
Oh, you know how to do it when you want what you want.
Really? I be role playing?
Not role playing, but you know what to wear.
I do. I know what to do when I want to do.
What's up, Ray?
Hey, Rachel. I know what to do when I want to do. I know what to say. I know how to move. And I know how to lay. Bashe. All right. No, we've never done role play. I did buy an outfit, though. I bought a teacher's outfit. But I showed you that. But I haven't, like, I got the socks and everything, like the socks that go to the knees, the little skirt with the yes, honey. But I ain't never did it. Maybe when we get grown and
what did I walk into?
You done walked into it. All right. We actually almost done. Maybe y'all can start asking us questions that y'all want us to answer because we almost done. What was your first impression of your significant other's family?
What was my first impression of y'all? It was all just like you.
Jaden been a weirdo.
She read it away. Different from my family. Y'all were lively.
Yeah. Lively. I mean, loud. You hear me? I was just like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Woo, I didn't know we was this loud till we started bringing other people around. I'd be like, child, y'all need to be quiet. We still are. Well, I met Emerson's mom first, and my first impression of her was that she was sweet. I was in cosmetology school at the time, and I was telling her, that I was telling her that I was having trouble with like getting finger waves down. So she gave me a few tips or whatever. So I thought she was sweet. Later on, I thought they stiff like Emerson. When I met him, I just thought I met Emerson's mom first, but then when I met the rest of the family, I was just like, they stiff. You know, I come from a loud family. I can't laugh too loud. I felt like I couldn't be myself because they were so different. And I felt like being me would be like being over the top. So I pulled back a lot when I met them. I thought they was like real stiff and they still are, you know, but I've grown to love them. Legitimately. All right. What is...
She wants some juice, Jaden.
No, she's trying to take Riley's shoe.
What is your biggest pet peeve about your family?
What is my biggest pet peeve about my family?
Yes, sir.
I think I get into moments to where it's like, you know how it'd be like, dang, y'all picked the perfect time to want to talk about something important. Sorry.
You all right?
So it's like a time when I don't feel like there's enough time that there be a discussion that we need to have.
So they bring up they bring up serious conversations at inopportune times?
Yeah. Or maybe not so much. I mean, you know, Steven, he just talk. But
Forever. The baby don't got no cutoff time. That was it?
Yeah.
I think my biggest pet peeve about my family is over spiritualization. They over spiritualize like literally everything. And some stuff don't even be spiritual. It just be practical. And they just, especially my mama. I love her, but she over spiritualized a lot of stuff.
Jaden, help us.
Jaden, get Zoe. Do something. Give her a piece of juice or something. We almost done. Okay, we're gonna answer that, Rachel. Okay.
Take a towel from Riley.
Okay, give her another towel. Do you have beef with anyone?
Sorry. Do I have beef with anybody? I'm just gonna.
LOL.
say-
I hear you, sis. I hear you. Cause I be yelling on the inside like, no. But anyway,
Yelling what?
I'll try not to be a troublemaker. She talking about what I said about over spiritualizing everything.
Oh. Beef. I'm just gonna say yeah.
I mean, I don't got beef with nobody.
It's not beef. I don't know if you can classify it as beef.
Like you got a problem with somebody.
Nah, I'm good.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't have beef with anyone. But I guess this can go into the next question. Is there anyone that you don't like?
Nah. I wouldn't say there's nobody that I don't like.
I don't got no beef with nobody, but there is like this one person that I really, really, really want to fight. Like, I want to fight her so bad, dog. Like, I'm literally, like, I be praying to God. Like, God, please let her say something slick to me, dog. Just let her look at me wrong. Like, let her Let her blink wrong and it's going down. Like, I want to fight her so bad, dog. I don't know if that's beef.
Huh?
You want to put it on? Jaden, can you put this on for her? See, that's why I said as soon as we go live, they're going to start acting up.
Never fails.
But yeah, I don't know if it's beef, but there is this one person that I just really want to fight. Because she just really tried me, dog. She really tried me.
This is the same person you're talking about?
Yes, and let me tell you the thing about it. This the thing, dog. First of all, she got mad because I said something about somebody who's very dear to her, which is cool. You're supposed to defend your pastor, your family, whatever. That's cool. But you can't get mad at me because I shared my opinion about something. Get to stepping. That was number one. Then woke up the next day, you got the nerve to make a subliminal post about me. But then when I slide in that inbox, then you want to act like you ain't got nothing to say, but you was big and bad on that post. Then you going to block me on Facebook because you was mad. But then you watching everything that I post on my Instagram story. So then I ask, why you keep on watching all my stories on Instagram if you block me on Facebook? Do you like me or do you hate me? Which one do you want to do? You want to block me on Facebook. You don't want to see what I post. But then you want to come spying on Instagram like I don't notice who watch my story. Pick a struggle. Either you entertained by me or you don't like me. So then she blocked me on Instagram. So bye, nigga. Because I never gave two left shoes about you anyway. But I don't know if that's beef, but I just don't like her. And it's just like all the subliminal posts that came afterwards. Like, I know you talking about me. First of all, unless you're trying to run me my fate on my doorstep, you ain't got nothing to say to me when you on Facebook capping and thugging. Like, real talk. I'm not that type of person. I'm really not that type of person. I don't do that Facebook thugging. I don't do that Facebook capping. I don't do that social media stuff. Hey, nigga, you got a problem with me? You run it to me. Like, real talk. And I'm telling you, Christian and all, worship leader and all, I'm not scared to throw hands on nobody. I don't care how tall, how black, how big, and how ugly you is. Because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So that's just straight up. Like, I just really want her to run me my fade. And that's just it. If that's beef, then I got beef.
I would agree with Aisha.
Oh, that's beef. Oh, okay. Well, I got beef then. But other than that, that's it. Is it people I don't like? Man, dog, it's a lot of people I don't like. It's a lot of people I don't like. I love everybody. And that's like, when I say that, I'm telling the God's honest truth. I love everybody. But it's a lot of people that I just don't like. And that's just on period. Try Jesus. Don't try me. Because I throw hands. And it ain't something I'm looking to be delivered from at all. Like, real talk. I'm fighting all the way to heaven. Straight up. I'm busting the pearly gates open with my hands. Straight up. All right. Were you raised differently and has it ever caused an issue? Can't forget Rachel's question. Has it ever caused an issue in your marriage?
Yes, and
Heck
yes.
yeah, boy. You want to go?
Are we answering and giving details? Well, yeah, I think we were raised similar, but we're different people, cut from different cloth. So we was raised similar.
I feel like we was raised up in church,
In the
in
same
God,
culture.
about the Bible. I feel like we was both raised up in that way, but we was raised differently. Like Emerson, I personally feel like Emerson had like a good life. Like, you know, his parents had and still have a business in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just good people that ate trail mix and, you know what I'm saying, had dinner at the table every night at 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Played baseball. Like, he was just raised in that type of family, and I was just raised, like, in the hood, gutter, fight for your life type of situation. And, yeah, we got different upbringings. Emerson was raised real military. My mom, she was a little more laid back, but she didn't play like disrespect or anything like that. Like, my mama and daddy beat our behinds. But Emerson, I feel like he was raised real military, and he be trying... Help her out, Jaden. And I feel like he tried to impose that on my kids, and that's when I be like, nah, dog, this ain't the Tillman household, like, straight up. Anyway,
I used to always eat trail mix.
yeah,
When
they
I
was
first
raised
met
on
her.
trail mix and bird
Nah,
food.
I used to always eat trail mix. I was doing,
Am I tripping or did I put my phone down and now it's gone?
Uh-oh.
having no idea.
Okay,
son.
who's more... Lucy? Yes, this caused issues in the marriage. Yes. Who's more adventurous in the bedroom?
Is Superman?
I'm gonna say me.
Lies. Lies, dog. Frequent? Like, when it... We love you
y'all
too, bro. When it comes to, like... I would say maybe frequency, he's more consistent. But adventure, dog, come on now. I be like, babe, let's do it on the chair. Oh, shoot, Jaden in here.
He didn't hear nothing.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Go in your room, Jaden. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out.
I'm trying to find my phone. I can't
It
find
ain't over here. You ain't even come over here.
We'll ring it.
Yeah, I didn't come over
Okay,
here.
I'll call it. I'll call it.
Please.
Now though,
I swear.
Yeah.
shut down.
Listen, Jaden heard us. Oh, what you got him in here? Jaden?
Huh?
Okay.
Is the sound on the phone?
Hold on, y'all. We don't want Jaden to hit this. But he lost his phone, so we trying to call it.
You might have to do to find my iPhone and ping it.
Anyway, when it comes to adventure in the bedroom, I'm more adventurous. I be wanting to try different. I don't know if that's adventurous.
I mean, I don't
but
push back though.
You don't push back, but I'm the most adventurous. When it comes to adventure, I'm the one who takes the most initiative or suggests things.
Well, baby, you a trip.
But you gonna give me that good hump leg and a kiss every
Shut up.
time, dog. My dog consistent, boy. Woo, consistent. But I'm more adventurous. Okay. What's the craziest experience y'all have had together?
We were going to a Tasha Cobbs concert in South Carolina.
Yeah.
This is when we were still dating.
Yeah.
And I was going through Georgia of all places. And, you know, I had my truck that was on, like, you know, on the struggle. So we had a rental. And so it was a Chevy Cruze. And we was just cruising, making good time. We had dropped the kid off to school. Grandparents was going to get Jaden and everything. Going through Georgia, cruising. I didn't even know I was doing 100. But evidently I was. And we got... And out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, dog. Real talk, dog. Out of nowhere,
Yo,
bro.
Out of nowhere, this cop car like rolls up, and we like, oh, I'm finna, you know, let him go by. But he come like right up on us, pulled us over. He was like, you know, sit there, gonna check everything. We sitting there having a good conversation. Like, yeah, we could make a good time. About to get there. He asked me to step out of the car. Now, mind you, before this experience, I had never been arrested in my life, so I have no idea what's going on now. Asked me to step out the car. I'm like, all right. I go in the back of the car. They tell me to put my hands on the...
Stop.
They tell me to put my hands on the...
Stop, Riley.
Oh, yeah, and there's more than just me getting arrested. So, Jaden, we need you. Please.
Help us. We're dying in here.
Girls.
I don't think that was Tifton. It started with a C, didn't it?
Huh?
The city? It started with a C, right?
It was Cook County.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was Cook County. I got arrested in Cook County by Cottonfield of all places.
We was literally we got pulled over, and on the right of us was a cotton field. We was in a racist behind
Cook County, Georgia,
and a white cop pulled us over. And
so I went behind. He asked me if I had any paraphernalia on me, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing on me. I had my little, you know, the LG headphones that everybody used to wear around the neck. I had that, so he removed that, and then I didn't know I was getting arrested until this nigga clamped me.
He's not a nigga.
He's a white nigga. That's what he is. White
Nigga.
But, so, put your hand behind. Clamp, you being arrested for reckless driving. I'm like, what the heck? So anyway, we going out to the
I'm
precinct.
looking through the rearview mirror like, oh, snap.
I didn't say nothing
I
on the
thought
ride
he was
there.
finna get shot. Legit.
I didn't say nothing on the ride there. I was just like quiet because I'm like, yeah, I already know. I seen how this go. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just, sit back there. Oh, this is how you get in the police house when you get arrested. Like, well, they got a garage. I took my mug shot. I didn't even get in a jail cell. Thank God. I stayed in the visitors place for the whole 2-3 hours I was there. So Nature, she was calling GC3.
Oh.
Email, Makita, help me with what I need to do. All this other stuff.
That's
Same thing happened to
crazy.
my husband. Crazy.
And you know
man.
what? The crazy thing is, we've heard so many people say that they've been arrested in Cook County. Like, so people have warned us, even though it's too late, when you going through Cook County, like, you gotta be on your P's and Q's because, whew.
Hey, I know you blocked me and everything, but shout out to Apostle for bailing me out. Apostle Jones bailed me out of jail when I got arrested. He bailed me out of jail when I got arrested. My parents didn't bail me out. My mama didn't bail me out. They was like, well, why are you in jail? Well, why are you... I just need to get out. Like, give me some money.
Emerson, what did you say that?
Because it's all good in the neighborhood. For real.
Oh, my God.
He bailed me out.
He did.
I
Let me tell you
appreciate that.
something. I called GC3.
He was like, no.
No, babe, I want to tell it because I talked to him. Dog, he blocked him, dog. That's how bad Emerson was acting a freaking fool.
No, it's not my fault. Somebody,
Apostle don't block nobody. He blocked him,
somebody
dog.
was being petty. Joe Charlton tried to be petty.
You was doing too
and
much.
tag him in the post that I made.
You was doing too much and got
It
yourself
caused me to
blocked.
get blocked.
You was doing too much and got blocked.
Anyways.
Nah, accept responsibility for your actions because you was trailing that man for a good couple of months, almost a doggone year, and he finally had enough of you and blocked you. Anyway, I called GC3. I was like, yo, Emerson just got arrested. He was speeding, da-da-da-da-da. They was like, okay, telling me what to do and all this other stuff. They was like, we gonna pull some money together. Tanasha was like, I got $250 I can give. Like, GC3, they was pulling through. They was like, we'll ask whoever we need to ask. Like, how much is the bond? They was like, let us know how much the bond is. I'm like, how do you find out how much is the bond and all this other stuff? I called Emerson mama. And she was just like, okay, like basically her tone was just like, I'm not finna help. Like, if he in jail, then that's his fault. I called my mama.
Dang, that's cold.
I called my
mom
mama.
that said that?
That was your mama. Your mama was just like,
that's cold.
I was like,
It's like the Cosby Show.
she don't love him.
Lock you up? Okay.
She was just like, it was just like very nonchalant, like, okay, whatever.
Duly noted.
And then I called my mom. My mom was like, this is so ghetto. Sorry, y'all.
Take that. Go
I
to
told
the
you to
room.
take them in the room, bro. God dang, we trying to pay you, dog. Take this joint seriously, dog. Not this week, but next week, because the way that my bank account is set up.
All right, how much
Checking
is
the
the
Gotta
savings.
put checking in the savings. And anyway,
We'll
discuss
the
those
of
terms
that
later.
afterwards.
anyway, so I called my mama. My mama was like, oh, crap. I got $100. Like, we just gonna have to pull together. I called Auntie Tisha. Like, everybody was riding except for them dang on Tillmans. So I called. My mom was like, did you call Apostle? I was like, no, I'm scared. She was like, just call him and just let him know you know what's going on. I messaged Apostle. I was like, yo, Emerson got arrested. We in Georgia on the way to the Tasha Cobbs live recording. Like, and I'm just letting you know what's going on. And he was like, oh, how much is the bail or bond, whatever. He was like, find out how much it is, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he was like, have Emerson call me. And so then I went in there. I told Emerson, everything that everybody said. I said, Apostle said call him. So he did his little one phone call and called the Apostle. And then Apostle said...
It's like, so... Why did you get arrested? Speeding. Why were you speeding? He was like, well, I hope you learned your lesson. Like, it was like, and then I forget how he closed out the car. But he was just like, pretty much give me some time or whatever. And I was just like,
the thing
he
was
like, I got a meet. I'm in a meeting right now, but after I handle some stuff, I'm gonna take care of it or something like that. And I was like, dang, I hope this meeting ain't too long.
But the thing was, we didn't ask him to pay for it. When I called him, I didn't ask him to pay for it. My mama just said, call him and let him know that Emerson, it's because that's your spiritual leader. So she was just like, make sure.
You pray us out like Paul and Silas? We need some money.
No, but I'm saying we didn't ask him. He was just like, find out how much it is. So he told me all the steps. So then I ended up finding out how much it was. And then he was like, when you find out, message me. I messaged him. And then a few minutes later, literally like 10 minutes later, bail bonds, whatever you calling people came pulling up. Yeah, man, I know Mark, that's my friend. Yeah, man, he called me out here to do him a favor, and Emerson was out of there, boy. Like, so Apostle came through. Anyway, but yeah, that's the craziest experience we've ever had.
So the other half of that is, so the timing on this trip, we were just going to go real quick, go to the live recording, and then come back because I had work the next day.
Yeah.
So we went. This one we ran out of money in Georgia, right?
Oh, God! We ran out of money he ran out of money on the way back. This dude had $1 in his bank account.
I was going to overdraft that mug and fill up.
We was on E at the doggone border of Georgia. Like, we was in some city. And we was trying to get home. I had to call my mama. She was just like, just how much do you need?
That was the trouble because we had to like try to transfer it somehow because they didn't have a Suncoast.
It was terrible.
Or whatever.
It was terrible.
And then when I got out of jail, you was trying to make it just, we made it in time for Christmas praise.
Literally, that's all we caught. They was doing offering when we came in, and then she went into Christmas praise. We caught Solid Rock with Jamie Grace.
Yeah.
And then she went into Christmas praise, and Kiara killed it, murdered it, and that's all we caught.
She did more than she did on the CD.
No, legit. Yeah. Like, Kiara tore it up. Anyway.
So we was going to ride home, but then we was sleepy, and then we just slept at it was
awful.
It was an awful trip.
And that's not the first or last time that we had an awful trip. So we've been trying to redeem ourselves ever since. Anyway. Okay, has anyone ever slid in your DMs?
Weird people. Like, them weird crazy accounts are like, hey, you want to see more or something like that? Like,
hell no. Click,
delete.
lock.
Weird.
Don't want to see nothing.
Yeah,
but
nobody's legitimately slid in my DMs, no.
People legitimately slide in my DMs all the time, and I legitimately slide them right on out. Because I don't got time for the foolishness. I'm faithful. Minus one time. But even in that, I was still faithful. Okay. Have you ever met a rude celebrity?
The last time we met, when you took me to Atlanta to meet Lecrae, now he was in his whole restoration period where, he wasn't all there.
He was not rude.
He wasn't rude, but he wasn't
Get
all
out
there.
Of here.
He wasn't all there.
He was not rude. He was acting like an introvert. He wasn't
cool.
as vocal as I thought he would be, but he wasn't rude.
No, he wasn't rude. I guess that's just my I've never met a rude celebrity. All my experiences have been pleasant.
I've met a rude. I don't know if she really I don't know if she could be categorized as a celebrity.
Wait a minute, we take that back. We both met a rude celebrity before. Same.
Let me hold on. I'm about to get there. This girl, she's not a celebrity, but like she's well known as a singer, and she was very rude and she turned me completely off. She came and sung at an event that somebody put on at our church. She was so rude.
Oh.
She was so rude. I wanted to fight that. Oh, I almost said something. I wanted to fight her. We was in the middle of the worship set, and I was like, I will knock that matted rat wig off the top of your head. Like, she was so rude, it was disgusting. But she's not like a celebrity that everybody would know, but a lot of people know her in this area and in New York. But I wouldn't say she was rude, but I don't like the vibe that Tasha Cobbs give off. I don't like her. Like, I've been in her presence 3 times. And all 3 times, she just like cold. Just like cold. Like, don't talk to me. This not a photo op for you. Like, move out my space type of vibe. So
we're going to charge you to the industry and not to her heart.
After that, I don't like her. I don't listen to her music anymore. Like, you ain't got to be rude to people that buy your CDs and travel to come see you and get arrested on the way to come see you. Like, people be, buying your stuff, sharing your music. We are the reason why God's promotion and our sales are the reason why you made it to where you made it. The least you could do is be kind. So I don't really like her. All right, what's the most expensive thing that you've bought?
I met her once and she kind of was like that, but then she switched it up quick.
Child, she didn't switch up for us. I was like, girl, you ain't all that. Your clothes be ugly anyway. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. Because I don't like them shoes you be wearing. But I was nice.
All right, what's the most expensive thing I've ever bought?
A car.
Yeah. And before that, your wedding ring?
Really? It better have been expensive. Because I'm a pearl of great price.
The first, her engagement ring now, that was $75.
Wow.
I literally spent like,
I gotta go back to Rachel's question.
my last on it because I was without a job at the time for a few months, and it was dry. So I was stepping out on faith. She was like, do you not like the, okay.
Rachel asked a question. I was saying we was almost done, so if y'all wanted to ask us, y'all can ask us whatever y'all want to. Are you ever at any point intimidated by your partner's responses or don't like their responses?
So the question's right now, I guess?
Oops. No. Never. 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 Same?
Agreed.
Emerson be scared. You capping. You was capping, dog. Emerson get the stuttering, boy.
I'm calculated. I'm not scared.
That deep swallow you just took. Emerson, I wouldn't say scared. More like nervous, maybe. Nervous?
I guess I give that to you.
He'd be a little nervous. I don't be scared of his response. I will say that I tread lightly when I start to see Emerson get like real mad. Because when Emerson get real mad, he get out of control with it, and then he just start doing stupid stuff. And I don't be with that stupid stuff, because when you start acting stupid, then I feel like I need to start acting stupid. And then we both just acting stupid together. Then next thing you know, hands are going to be thrown, and it just ain't going to be good for neither one of us. So I wouldn't say that I'm intimidated by any of his responses, but most definitely, like, when he started getting to a certain level, I'd be like, all right, sis, pull back, because either we going to fight or he just going to be mad. Like, that's just it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm working on me. Real talk, because even yesterday, Emerson came at me kind of sideways. And I was just like, bump this Facebook junk. Like, either you want to fight or you want to fight. Like, that's it. So I'm working on that. Kind of. I'm kind of working on it, but not really. Like, I'm going to just be a thug till the day I die. Like, that's just what it is, dog. Straight up. Like, That's a little piece I don't want to get rid of. Talk about we build you an altar. That ain't going on the altar, dog. I'm gonna be a thug to the day I die. Straight up. Straight up. I don't know. Y'all got some more questions?
We done with our questions?
We done. That was it.
Keep working.
That was it. That's why I was saying if they had questions for us, they could ask.
Oh.
We're willing to answer anything, but we're done with all of the questions that was on the list. I'm going to be a thug to the day I die. Like, I'll be ready to fight. Listen, I'll be ready to fight. I don't be with that talking stuff. Like, I got this student. She reminds me so much of my daughter, Riley. Her name is Cassie. When I tell you, Cassie, she hit first. Like, her and another little girl would be going at it. Cassie ain't nothing but, 5, 6 years old? Her and the little girl would be going at it or whatever. And then, nope. Will not. Nope. Oh, snap. That remind me, somebody messaged me yesterday about doing makeup for somebody, and I forgot to respond. Gotta do that when I get done. Anyway, her and the little girl will be going at it, and the girl be like, and that's why I'm gonna drag you, and da-da-da-da, and that's why I'm finna, and Cassie just, boop! Like, and once she hit that boop, it's bop, 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 bop. She pulling hair, she dragging on the floor. Like, she doesn't do the talking. She just goes straight up to hit, and that's me. So that's why I just walk away when I feel like.
We got a question. When we first met, did we think that this is gonna?
No.
Me neither.
Yes, you did, bro. Stop capping, dog. You really capping. You know I'm the best thing that ever happened to you, bro. And you know I've been the best thing that ever happened to you since the first time you saw me walk up to you and all of my beauty, dog. You knew from that day, bro, that you wanted to marry me. You knew from that day, dog, that I was the freaking diamond of the universe. I don't know why you was getting on this Facebook capping. You knew from the moment that you met me that you wanted to spend your life with me. Stop playing with me.
Actually.
Nah, dog. I'm not going for this. I'm not going for this.
When I first met you, I thought you was super bossy because I had left the youth ministry and you was over there running him. And
I was not.
Who is this chick that's like driving these girls?
No, I was not. He always said when he first met me, he came over. Cause this was.
I mean, I didn't meet you then, but I saw you and I was like, ugh.
Okay, and if I would have saw you, I'd have been like, too. Okay, then. Anyway, they asked me to help with the youth praise team. There's the main sanctuary where the adults are, and then there's the youth sanctuary where it's like teenagers and stuff. So they asked me to come and help. But the girls couldn't really sing. So, like, I was used to being a part of groups where, you know, we had our stuff on point. So, if you flat, get on your note. Like, that's just what it was. And back then, I definitely did not have as much love in my talk as I do now. But back then, I used to be like, yo, you flat. Like, you sharp. Like, it sounds horrible. Like, I'd just be like, that's trash. Like, what are you doing? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But he acting like I was in there like Joe Jackson, and I wasn't. I was just like stressing, this is the note. Get on it.
I didn't get a Joe Jackson.
That's how you be making it seem like it was Joe Jackson-ish. Anyway, when I first met Emerson, first of all, Emerson and I were on the praise team together in the main sanctuary, the adult sanctuary. We served on the praise team for months before I even noticed him, literally. Like, and I didn't notice him until he came up to me. I had a bag of Takis, and he was like, can I have some of your Takis? And I was just like, you know, trying to be nice, like, sure. He ate the whole bag.
Not the whole bag.
He ate
saved you a corner.
Boy, you left crumbs in the corner of that bag. You ate the whole bag. That was the first time I noticed, like, oh, he's on the praise team with me. Like, I promise you, I never noticed him. It was like he was invisible to me, but we was on the praise team together for friggin' months. Like, it was almost 8 months before I noticed you. And was like, oh, okay. But yeah. So then after that, then I had just brought, y'all don't know, say. Woo! It's so tender for me. It's so tender. I had just broke up with the man of my dreams.
Man of your mirage. Sorry.
We had just broke up with each other because I had started going back to church and we were still having sex. And I was like, yo, like, I really want to do what's right. I want to live right. And we just can't have sex no more. And he was like, straight up, shawty, I can't do that. Like, and I don't want to disrespect you in any kind of way. So let's just go ahead and part ways. I don't want to be a hindrance to you. So that broke my heart. And I was at home. And then Emerson had messaged me one day. And was like, this was one day shortly after we had broke up, me and the guy. And then he messaged me and was like, I think you asked me how I was doing or something. And I was like,
you weren't feeling well.
I said I wasn't feeling well. I was lying. I was heartbroken. I was grieving. Anyway, I told him I wasn't feeling well, and then he was just like...
Yeah, when dudes say what, Rachel?
When they say they can't not have sex. Anyway. So, yeah, he was like, oh, I'll come over. I'll bring them. Have you ever seen The Help? And I was like, no. So he brought the red box to help over. He still had his Frito-Lay uniform on from when he was working at Frito-Lay. We watched a movie, and yeah. And then after we watched the movie, I think you brought chips. You brought chips for the whole family or something like that. Baby, you was a winner when you brought them chips. Anyway, that's my favorite snack. I love chips. Anyway, so then we went outside. We went outside, and he was going to his truck. And then...
What?
He's like, yeah, you know, I just wanted to let you know that I'm attracted to you. And my fake self jumped on the staircase like I was in freaking Mary Poppins and was like, oh, really?
In my head, I was like, that's okay. I thought it was strange as well.
I was doing the most. I was trying to make the most out of a very awkward situation because I really was not looking at Emerson like that at all. Like, in the back of my head, I was like, I'm still going to get back with old dude. So, like, I'm not really trying to see you right now, bro. But thanks for the movie, though. But then after that, he just wouldn't go away.
Pretty much.
And I was entangled. An entanglement that turned into a marriage. Oh, Jesus! Yeah, that's what had happened. So, we was on and off for 3 years. On and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Not even official, just like we like each other, we talking, but never like officially like boyfriend and girlfriend because he was in between me and this other girl.
Yo, a story. When we went to Jacksonville the first time, and Mark, I got a hickey from you, and we was on a bus getting ready to go to Jacksonville to Household of Faith.
Hickeys, boy, when we was dating. If you didn't have one, I had one. If I didn't have one, what was going on?
That was the time when you tried to put makeup on the tube when we was there. I was self-conscious about it. We was sitting up in the bus getting ready to go to Household of Faith in Jacksonville, and we were sitting right behind Apostle and Lady Lisa. And
Jesus! Woo!
Mark.
I just got anxiety all over again. Woo!
Mark saw that I had a hickey, and he gonna talk about it. Man,
Mark was doing his own stuff, but wanted to tell us.
Mark, you been a brat ever
boy, tell him what we was doing, but he had his own stuff going on.
Mark always be coming around me. He always used to do this.
You better not do it.
And grab me. I'm like, boy, what are you doing? Anyway, he's like, Emerson got a hickey. And
oh, no. Mind you, let's bring this into perspective for y'all, bro. Like, we are on, like, one of them Greyhound buses, like, one of them travel buses.
And all the old
with
church
the church. Apostle and Lady Lisa, dog, they right there, bro. Mind you, it's quiet, dog. Everybody got their headphones on. You know, some people sleep, whatever.
Because it's early, because we're about to go.
Yeah, we always leave like super early in the morning, like 6, 7 o'clock. Mark, Emerson got a hickey. And everybody knew me and Emerson was talking at the time. And Lady Lisa turned around and was like, ooh, I'm finna tell Mark. And then she told Apostle.
Your light bright, he said.
Jesus! I got anxiety all over again. Apostle turned around. He was like,
Light bright.
he was so chill about it. He was like, oh. And then he turned back around and went to what he was doing. Dog, for the rest of the trip, like, when I talk about self-conscious.
And the thing about it is, we were singing on the praise team.
Everything.
So we go up to sing when we there. And I'm so self-conscious about this hickey on my neck. Like, yo, what?
Oh, God. Yo, hey, real talk, we got a hair story, dog. Yo, let me tell you something. Nah, honestly, I think my hair is nappier. Let me tell you something.
I got that good hair. So, okay.
Do not be deceived. So, listen. So, Emerson had asked me to do this S-curl on his hair, right? He asked me to do an S-curl. So, we went to the store. We got the whole S-curl kit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The box said, let it sit for 8 minutes and then rinse it out. So, I'm putting the cream on there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, everything gonna be cute. Whatever. We get 5 minutes into it. Like, it was like 3 to 5 minutes into having the stuff on his hair. I was like, dang, it's looking kind of slick. I go to rinse the stuff out. Is that poop or is that chocolate? Which one?
I was changing Riley's diaper. And then
just wash your hands. Just go wash your hands.
Yo, I'm sick. Go wash your hands with soap and water,
I
dog.
tried to do both.
No, you don't try to do it. Why doesn't Riley have on a diaper?
Because I was trying to change it.
You're fired.
I was trying to control both of them and change her diaper at the same time.
We about to be done.
We appreciate you
we
for
about
your
to be
services.
done. We about to be done. Put the diaper on her. Wash Zoe hands. We finna cut this video because
Run the water and let it play in the water in the bathtub.
no, run the soap. Run the soap. All I see is that scene from Daddy Daycare when Eddie walked into that bathroom and that boy had that doodle everywhere. That's all I see. Anyway, so we 3 to 5 minutes into the thing, dog.
I'm like, hey, you think it's time to take? Because I'm feeling it personal. I'm like, hey, you know,
it's starting to burn.
Yeah, but I was like, chill. I was like, hey, is it time to take this off now?
Dog, we rinsing that stuff out. Emerson hair is slicker than a white baby, straight out the cooch, dog. I mean, his hair was like slick. I was like, Emerson, look in the mirror. That's the exact look that you have when you look in the mirror, dog. It's too hot, Jaden. This is the ghettoest thing I have ever experienced in my life. It's too hot. It's supposed to be warm water.
It's turning
warm. Okay, you need to test it first. Anyway, the boy hair was bone straight. Bone straight. And he had a little burn in it.
I had a couple of burn marks.
Absolutely.
You coming back or you good? Hey, come on, get in the water. I want to splash around. The 5 heartbeats. I wasn't even trying to have it that slick. You okay? Huh? I wasn't even trying to really have it that slick. It was trying to have, like she said, an S curl. So it was trying to, you know, trying to get that little curl without the sponge, effect. So yeah. Then I had to show my mom. I'm gonna post some pictures after I get off of here. If I can find them, I'm gonna post some pictures of what it looked like. I wore a hat to cover up the fact that I was looking like some kind of black goth rocker. I tried to judge it up. I tried to put gel on it and spike it up like spike it up like a rocker. Hey, I can't show you you're naked, so you can only show your face. Say hi. You're telling stories from before you was here. Ew, you still got poopy hands on. Go wash your hands. Go, mommy. So nature coming.
Come on. Come on, get in the tub.
She coming back.
It's not hot no more.
We had to get the kids situated because your fans say hey. Oh man. But yeah. Jaden, shout out to him. He's been helping us take care of the girls while we've been trying to be on here being funny. Yeah, right.
This is ghetto. Any more questions? We about to go.
Y'all got any more questions? Where y'all see yourself in ministry?
Interesting question. Oh my God. You want to tell me?
Where do we see ourselves in ministry?
That's a great question, though.
What? They were just saying haters on. I already discussed this with you, right? Pretty much. Like,
Boy, if you don't tell these people.
I'm on the whole community building kind of thing where it's just like I'm not
Baby, you need
classifying.
to learn how to hold a camera, man, of God, because
Ministry-wise, I'm not classifying myself as like necessarily having a church because my mentality is there is a
my
church.
arm hurt. You can get it back.
Wow. My mentality is there is already a church, but I just feel a burden to like create a community to where, to cultivate community within the context that we already have so that, it's not like, so that we don't let nothing fall through the cracks necessarily as far as church goes, but that, we can like, cultivate more of a Christ community. That's where I'm on. So just cultivating that culture. And why haven't we worked with you yet? That's a good question too.
Hey, ain't nothing but a space and opportunity.
But a thing.
Yeah.
You got any input on that question of ministry?
Where do we see ourselves? I'm with Emerson. Honestly, a lot of people that go to CFM won't agree. I don't really give a rat's behind. But I was hurt. I would say that I was hurt by something that happened that I felt was not handled correctly. And
Tent ministries.
I did try to stick with it because, you're taught that if you're hurt, you're supposed to get over it and you're supposed to keep serving and you're not supposed to say anything and you're just supposed to shut up and you're just supposed to do whatever the pastor tells you to do, whatever the leader tells you to do, while they get to get away with what they've done and you have to apologize for something that you didn't do. So I was real hurt by some stuff that went down last year. I haven't been back since. And it's really opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff that's done in church that's just so wrong, that Jesus would never do. I strongly believe, because I read my Bible, because I know my God, I strongly believe that there's no way that Jesus would be okay with a lot of the stuff that goes on in ministry, in churches these days. I honestly believe that he's grieved, and I honestly believe, yes.
How do you stop Riley from splashing all over?
Oh,
Let
she
it
gonna
splash. Let the
yeah.
whole bathroom be wet. We'll clean it up. Just let them have fun and be worry-free. I believe that the church nowadays lacks compassion. They lack they lack compassion, and they will crap on you and be like, get over it, shut up, keep serving. You ain't supposed to be mad, you ain't supposed to be hurt, and just go on. So because of that, I haven't been since last year, right around, well, not last year. I haven't been since February of this year. And it has really opened up my eyes to see a lot of things. And I have come to love and enjoy me and my husband sitting on the couch on Sunday morning with our son and having our own Bible study and having our own worship. I have thoroughly enjoyed that. And not only have I enjoyed that, I have enjoyed not being in church and it challenging my church norms and my religious things that I did. I have enjoyed that as well. So I'm with Emerson on the whole community thing. And I just believe that in order, I know this is like, I'm going everywhere, but I just believe in order to be successful in ministry, you got to be humble, like straight up. And you can't be afraid to apologize. You can't be afraid to say that you was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be afraid to stand up for people when you know that they're being wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a great deal of humility to run a church. It's not just about finances. It's not just about what you do in a community. It's about what you do to the very people that serve with you. You know what I'm saying? And just the way that I was treated, it was awful. And so I see myself, as far as ministry, like more homegrown. And I'm not bitter. Because people love to be in your business. People love to run their mouth. People love to go back and say something that you didn't say and add words that you didn't say. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not in offense. But I will say that I was hurt and I did not like the way that the situation was handled. And the other person that did wrong was covered and loved, and they were dead wrong. And I was demonized and all this other, and preached on and told I was a witch and all this other stuff. And it was wrong.
Thank you, Brother Vincent. You're amazing too. Oh yeah, I was just say her gifts, her during her worship workshop and things like that. When we're on the same page as far as everything being homegrown, the good thing about it is
that's gonna get back. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's gonna get back because people literally, they run their mouth about everything. So I have to make sure that I'm clear, because people are like, child, you know, Sinatra said in her live, because you know you do a live and then people sit around after church after they done been in the glory and had a great word about how to be a better person. After doing all of that, they'll sit around with their brothers and sisters in Christ and gossip about what you said on the live, but won't say two words to you when they see you. So I just had to make sure that I was clear that I'm not in offense, that I'm not hurt, that I'm not mad, that I'm not, let me not say I'm not hurt, that I'm not mad, that I'm not in offense, but I was hurt, and that's why I left. So that'll give y'all some more to talk about, because the other situation then kind of died down a little bit. So now y'all need something new to talk about. Sorry, go ahead. Because I'll fight anybody.
Like you said earlier, you can take that to the grave, you're a thug to the grave, huh? Yeah, I just see with her streams and with my passions and with us all doing a collective thing, homegrown, it's not replacing anything. As a matter of fact, it would be a great thing. That would be a great resource to like the larger context of when we're actually coming together in a bigger setting. Because in a bigger setting, just real quick, in a bigger setting, I think that should just show the world at a large scale that we're able to work together in love. But I also feel that there's something missing to where if we don't have this right, if we don't have personal relationship right beyond big ministry, then when we get together, we got people fighting, you know, the sound man fighting the person on the, you know, just a whole bunch of things that go missed and go through the cracks. So I believe that, you know, church is kind of like upside down. People engage on the larger level to when we should engage on the personal level and there be salvation there and people learn about discipleship in Christ, and then it just grows because the gospel is spreading like that, and not the opposite way around to where it's like a big ministry, people connect to a church and they just, connect like that, because a lot goes through the cracks. Wendy had asked something. He was saying, do you guys believe that the singles ministry in church actually helps people prepare for marriage?
No.
I would say no. I would say that the singles ministry, one thing that Christian singles should know is that if you're a Christian and you're single, you technically are in a marriage. People say it all the time, oh, I'm married to Jesus. But no, literally, if you're a male or a female.
Jaden!
Yeah, right.
Stressing me out.
If you're a male or a female single in the
Drink the water.
You all right? If you're a male or a female single in the body of Jesus Christ, like the Bible says, we're the bride of Christ. So everything that you're learning as a single, the disciplines that you have in place, married or not, these are things that can actually help you in a relationship close with somebody like in a marriage. So I don't believe that singles ministry actually like prepares for marriage. It's like,
No. Let me answer that question again. I do believe that single ministries prepare you for marriage, but that's all that they prepare you for. I believe that a lot of single ministries are marriage focused. 10 days of praying for your spouse, making sure you clean up the house, because when you get married, your man don't want a dirty woman, knowing what to do in the bedroom, keeping it hot and spicy. Everything is marriage centered. I spent so much of my single life aspiring to be married that I did not treasure my singleness. And I wish I would have done more of that, because so many people are teaching you to marriage. Your husband coming, your husband around the corner. When you single, that's the only prophecy people know how to give is your husband around the corner. Your husband gonna be this, your husband. And it's like, no. Prophesy to me about how to maximize my singleness, how to be content in my single season. Because if you're not content in your single season, then when you get married, you'll be wishing you did all the things that you didn't do. I found myself in that situation, like, dang, I should have did this. Dang, I should have did that. I should have traveled more. I should have went out to eat by myself. I should have went and saw a movie by myself. I should have did this. I should have did that. Now in the marriage, my husband like, well, you need to go out to eat by yourself. What you trying to do? Who you trying to see? And it's like all of these things that I didn't maximize when I was single. It's just like, dang, I really wish I would have did that. And yes, they prepare you for marriage. Too much. And honestly, my personal opinion, a lot of the single ministries are trash. Just straight up. They're ran by people who are not passionate about being single. They're passionate about being married. They're not passionate about being single. They're not passionate about seeing people being fulfilled in their singleness. You know what I'm saying? You go bowling. That's typical.
You go to group movies.
You go to see a movie.
Where after the group movie, somebody in the group that you're not attracted to tell you that God told her that you supposed to be her husband. True story. That happened to me.
Oh, my gosh. Jaden, you got to stay in there with them, son.
We went to go see Why Did I Get Married and as a singles ministry. And after the singles ministry, this woman,
I'm about to slap him,
held me back, and she was just like, oh, I got to tell you something. God told me that you supposed to be my husband. First of all, I was like, well, that's not like biblical, because doesn't God speak to the man about finding a wife? Because, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. But anyways, I just brought that up just to kind of be funny as well. But yeah, I agree with Sinatra. She said that singles ministry prepares singles for marriage too much. But when I say that singleness is a marriage, set your ugly self down. Right. When I say that being in a marriage as a Christian single prepares you for a marriage, it doesn't mean that everything that you do is centered around necessarily even marriage. Is thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. So loving on God is really teaching you how to love on yourself as a single, to where if you really value your relationship with Jesus as a single person, knowing that you are wed or espoused to God in a marriage through Jesus Christ, it really teaches you how to treat yourself, how to say no to certain things, how to enjoy your own company. It teaches you a lot. You got to be careful of singles ministries where singleness is just the focus. It's like I'm in a group that my friend started, a purity group, and one of the things that came up is that don't always focus on your struggles in a purity group, because that's like self-defeating.
I'm at Raleigh.
You don't struggle on your struggles, or you don't center on your struggles in a purity thing.
Come here, Riley.
I think, like, y'all know me. It's always centered around gospel, but gospel affects every part of life, really. So you don't have to focus on, oh, I'm single, woe is me. How do you maximize your singleness? How do you maximize, whatever part of life you're going through? What other question? What's there? Somebody said something about contentment. That's the key, contentment in your single season. Yeah, and you can absolutely be, a lot of people, if they found out how to be content in their single season,
sure,
they probably might not want to be married, just to be honest. And I think some people might be scared of that. Like, if you honestly go hard for God, you might find out that it's way better being single than it is being married. Paul said, I'd rather just be like me than he was single.
Sorry, y'all. I'm putting her diaper on.
Because if you fall enough in love with God, it's just like, oh, shoot, I don't got no obligations. I don't got nobody to go home to or answer to. I can be out as long as I want. Don't have to check in. And if you sold out to that, you might find out you have the gift of singleness. You're messing up the live, baby. In the Bible days, Jesus traveled the world. We have to have the Great Commission to reach the lost. They wasn't just assigned to one building, so I think you guys have the right idea. Absolutely. I mean, that's the way the church grew. The church grew because this is what was going on as far as like homegrown. The reason why we have the structure that we have now as far as people coming to a church, altar calls, all that, is really because, Constantine was the Pope and he made the whole nation of Rome Christian, because he was trying to take care of.
My God.
That's a good question.
My God.
He was. Where do you? All that. Then I stopped. Where do you?
Oh, these are some good questions.
Where do you think the church is lacking in these? Where do you think the church is lacking in these times? Why are people leaving the church? So one of the main reasons why people leave the church, doctrine and hurt. You demonize if you ask a question. There's not a lot of space for a lot of what needs to happen as far as churches are concerned.
Jaden, get that piece of poop off the floor.
There's people that might have things to say.
Right when you walk in your room.
There's people that might have things to say and gripes to say per se about the praise team, but there's no survey. Survey said, there's no survey that they can fill out to make things better. So, people don't feel like the church is theirs. People don't feel like family. They don't feel like they have a part. They feel like they're part of an organization, to a certain extent. Now, fellowship is always great. But when the rubber meets the road, there are certain things that happen that people are just scared to ask questions on why they happen. Why is this person not up here? And things are just not talked about. Like you said, doctrine and hurt. People want to know the real. People, don't always want to be all up in the clouds. They have real questions about real life that they don't feel like are answered. The thing with the Black Lives Matter thing is stuff like, simply put, people feel like the church is out of touch with the times. I'm gonna let you talk.
Oh, you gonna let me?
On your live.
Nah, I agree. My biggest thing, though, I do feel, because this is because I've talked to people who have left the church, and they've left because they were hurt. And I know we love to say that church hurt doesn't exist, And that saying is very technical because the church is a building, so a building can't hurt you. But you can be hurt in church, in the body, in the fellowship, by people. And it's just the way that things are done nowadays. It's like I posted on my IG. I wasn't in a controversial enough mood to post it on my Facebook, but I said that there's another pandemic that's going on, and it's not COVID-19. The other pandemic is leaders in the church who abuse, molest, manipulate those who serve, and then they tell you to shut up about it. They tell you to keep serving over your hurt, keep serving over your wounds, get over it, forgive, forget, da-da-da-da-da. But none of them are held responsible for the things that they've done, but you're held responsible to get over it, to heal, or whatever. And then they turn around and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then they'll post subliminal statuses about you. They'll preach about you. And not only will they preach about you, but they will cause other people to feel some kind of way about you. It's just not cool. And people leave because of that.
And the main thing is, if that's the case, we're fine with just the truth.
Get
you know
down,
what I'm saying?
Zoe.
If that is the case, then just fess up about it. But the insult, the injury is acting like it just doesn't exist.
You ain't do
like,
nothing.
Like you was the furthest thought from your mind when this happened. And when I said this, you were the furthest thing from the mind. That's not honest, you know?
That's the biggest thing that I would understand it to be, because I've spoken to so many people. Everybody got a different story, but for me, that's what I believe it is. I believe that the church lacks compassion, honestly. Let me not say that. I believe that people in the church lack compassion. They get so uppity that they forget that you need to apologize and you need to humble yourself just like you expect everyone else to do. How do you guys move past the infidelity? Stop, Zoe.
Am I because she's touching you?
So with me, y'all like to fight over everything.
No, Zoe trying to be a TV hoe. Turn the camera. I ain't got no clothes on.
Sorry. All right, so I would say with me, and it's never been like any like physical infidelity, but definitely like emotional
Nah, it was
infidelity.
physical, dog. Just be real about it.
What was physical? Who was
You was trying to touch upon somebody.
Okay, so am I answering that too? That part about it, like
It said, we answering how do you move past the infidelity? But you was like, you said it wasn't physical, it was emotional. Nah, dog.
thinking of you, it wasn't physical.
Oh, so you trying? Oh, I see what you're doing.
Wait, how do you deal with? How do you move?
I see what you're doing. All right, go ahead. So you saying how you moved past it when I did it?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so yeah, in that case, it wasn't physical. Sorry.
I didn't even remember how I moved past. I wanted to confront the person. I messaged the person or whatever the case may be. That had a whole, blew up about why he did that and everything. Ultimately, I remember around the same time I got the tattoo, there was a whole bunch of crap going on about. Oh crap. All right. There was a whole bunch of crap going on around May of this year.
I was finna leave Emerson. I was finna divorce him. I was through. I was done. And I meant it. I had then found my apartment. I had then went in the office and talked to Apostle. I said, I'm about to leave him. It's over. It's a wrap. I told him, I don't want your permission. I ain't asking you for your advice. I'm just letting you know what's going on. I had then told my family. I had then made arrangements for my kids and everything. Like, I was done.
So I just straight up.
So he went out and got that tattoo, child.
And that was symbolic of a commitment that I had. Because basically I got the date of our marriage, wedding date, and till death on my arm. That was something that I've always thought about getting tattooed. I was like, well, when I do get one, it's going to be something that's worth something or
And
mean
he was
something.
finna be good and divorced with that tattoo. Honey.
Hey, and I was willing. You know what? And the thing about it is,
I did not care.
I was willing to accept that because people was like, no. Sinatra asked me. She was just like, what you said? You feel all right about the? You ain't nervous about that tattoo or something? She said you ain't nervous about that tattoo, and I was like,
because
nah.
I'm about to be a whole ex, and you got a whole date on your arm.
I had made a declaration or stood on a conviction. I had stood on the conviction that I'm finna be committed, you know, because, you know, till death do us part. So I'm finna honor it through hell and high water. So that's a commitment that I made. But specifically speaking
Get off that TV, so.
to infidelity, emotional infidelity, I mean, I could definitely understand why Sinatra did what she did. I could definitely understand that. I think in that moment it was just like, you know, yo, I was pissed like anybody would be. And, you know, that happened, you know, definitely had some apprehension. We went and we talked to Apostle about it, you know, put it out. That definitely helped a lot.
Saved his whole life. Saved his life. You hear me?
And it helped me as far as dealing with it, with the facts of what happened. But yeah, and then we just really moved on. I never really took it to heart necessarily, for whatever reason. But yeah.
You just gotta make a decision. That's just it, you know? My husband attempted to cheat on me, and, you know, I was hurt. I was heartbroken, but I just had to make a decision to be like, you know what? This was one time. The way that I saw it was, he's human, just like me. He's prone to do things that he shouldn't, just like me. I've done some things that I shouldn't have done, and I was forgiven. And so after I boo-hoo cried and cussed and nearly killed him for 3 days, I was just like, yo, you just forgive. But I made sure I let him know, if you do that junk again, in the words of Beyonce, you know I give you life. If you try that ish again, you gonna lose your wife. Straight up.
One of her favorite songs.
Listen, I love me some Beyonce, baby. Say what you want. Say what you want, baby. I bumps me some Beyonce, baby. Sure enough, because I can relate to her lyrics, because her husband cheated on her, and she wrote from that place. Like, she wrote from a raw, pure place, and they're lyrics that I can relate to, you know. She could be Sasha Fierce, but guess what? It is what it is.
Wait, before
Who's
we get
the
that
better
question,
cook? Oh.
we missed some other questions.
No, it wasn't no more.
What is?
How do you forgive and move on?
Oh, we
Yeah,
did
just
that
make
too.
a decision, man.
Right.
I done told you it ain't no more questions. I done looked through all of them.
Oh, okay.
As he still looks through the thing
Yeah,
for
we
questions.
love you, Wendy.
Yes, we love you, Wendy. Ooh, child, I almost said something. We love you, Wendy. Who's the better cook? I am. Emerson don't know how to cook. That baby can make some blessed eggs. They're going to be a little salty, but he can make some eggs. But
Oh, well, that's...
Jasmine, there's a question for you. Anyway, yeah, like, you just got to make a decision. You really got to make a decision. You got to make a choice to forgive. And once you forgive, like, you can't antagonize that person about what they did. Like, once you make a decision to forgive, then trust has to be built. And when that trust is built, like...
It's like that thing that Pastor said at your dad's funeral, as far as if you can't love somebody flaws and all, then you don't really love them, or something that he said that caused you to...
Yeah. But, you know, going through that with Emerson really taught me something. How do you trust? You gotta... How do you trust? That it's not... My apostle told me this. It's not my responsibility to trust him. It's his responsibility to build that trust. So he has to build that trust with me. He has to show me that he's trustworthy. Until then, You can't trust him based off of what he's shown you or what that person has shown you. They have to do, it's their responsibility to,
She said it too. Just do your sister.
yeah, it's their responsibility to build that trust back up with you. That means they need to be honest about their conversations. They need to be honest about their desires. They need to be honest about text messages, phone calls, locations. They need to be honest about all of that so that trust can be built back up. And then when that trust is built back up, that's how you learn how to trust, through consistency. What's the best advice you can give someone who is looking for a new church?
The place that I'm at right now,
That
as
baby
far
be ready when it comes to church, boy. He be ready, boy.
the place that I'm at right now with it is just like,
What is the best advice for somebody looking for a new church?
no comment. My comment was don't.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, that was kind of like funny though. They make sure they stand on the word. You know, scope out how they relate to one another. Do they have small groups? You know, that focus on the intentionality of culture and building relationships past a Sunday. Are they focused on
That part.
Are they focused
Past
on
Sunday.
the gospel? Are they focused on, when you are there, do you leave with a greater respect for Jesus and a greater sorrow over your sin, or feeling a need to repent for your sin? Or do you leave there thinking about something else other than Jesus? Like, these are the things that I would definitely look for, you know. How's the culture amongst the people, and the love culture, and then, you know, the cultural context of the word. Do you leave there feeling in awe and adoring Jesus more?
Yeah, that's good. I agree. I would say definitely listen for that doctrine, because a lot of what's being taught is not Bible, it's man-made, and a lot of what's being taught is 10 keys on how to, you know, be a better person, which all of that stuff is good, but we don't need 10 keys when we got Jesus Christ, the example. Like, just straight up, a lot of this stuff is pulpit brainwashing, straight up. Like, just honestly, pulpit brainwashing. So you got to make sure that there's not no subtle witchcraft going on across the pulpit, and you got to make sure that that doctrine is good and intact.
You want to take a whack at it first, or?
Do you think the church should be involved in politics? Yes.
No, sorry.
I think that is very important. This is me speaking personally. If I was a pastor over a church, I would make sure that I do so much research on whoever is running for whatever office, so that people look to their spiritual leaders for advice, for wisdom, for understanding, for clarity. People look to them. So you need to be someone who has information and can say, hey, if you're interested, we'll be talking about politics, or we'll be talking about Biden this week for Bible study. We'll be having a discussion about politics, what he stands for, what he's against. You know what I'm saying? His history, so that you know that your members understand what's going on, because a lot of people voted for Biden because they don't want Trump in office. Honestly. And a lot of people yelling Biden right now, but they don't want him to be president either. They just don't want Trump in office. And a lot of people voted for Barack because he was black.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, yes, church should be involved in politics. Yes, they should be giving out information. They should be giving wisdom, teaching people how to vote, who to vote, what to look for when you're voting. Absolutely, I agree.
And be a little bit more specific than just, because people talk. Look at what we have now.
My arm hurt, y'all. That's why I'm
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
So look at what we have now with a Trump
We about
presidency.
to cut this live off. We've been on here for about 3 hours, man.
Probably did. With a Trump presidency, so it's a delicate place, because a lot of people that are Christians voted for a person like Trump. But the thing that they miss, everybody's talking about vote Bible, vote Bible, vote Bible, because he doesn't, abort babies or want to kill babies. But then everybody totally missed over the fact that this man is non-repentant. This man is a I don't know, I was about to say pathological liar, but I don't know how true that is. But we miss other things. Teach your people, the church should be unbiased, because ultimately, whatever king we choose is flawed. Period.
Hey.
Point blank, period. Biden, Trump, Obama, any president in history is not gonna be perfect. They're gonna be flawed. You know what I'm saying? So when we speak on politics, you got to do it in a way that's balanced and reinforce the fact to your people that our kingdom isn't of this world. But yes, we do have a responsibility to be citizens, and no matter who is in the White House, at the end of the day, we still have a responsibility to rule our own kingdom, and draw parallels between, all right, we elected this person, but the king of our hearts, is Jesus truly the king of our hearts, like that song, because ultimately in the next world to come, the Bible says that we're going to judge angels and we're going to judge the world to come. So us delving into politics, it's important. It definitely is. But we just have to know that at the end of the day, we're not depending on the government to govern our actions, because Jesus governs our actions and we have a kingdom. But it is important for us to be involved in politics.
Amen. Yeah, sorry, he's just a little long-winded, that's all. In a marriage, do you feel like it's better to have other married couples to interact with, or just enjoy one another's company?
I'll go first on this one. I think that it's important to have other married couples to
Our arm hurt. We finna get up off the hill.
It's important. Right, stabilizer for our phone. I think it's important to interact with other married couples just so that you know that you're not alone in the stuff you deal with. It's just like running a race. It's way easier to run 3 miles with somebody that's by you than by yourself, just because you have that moral support. So talking to other people that's in the same struggle that you are in the same race is important.
Here's what I've learned about marriage and being around other couples, being around other married couples. One thing...
An hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, we about to get up off here. That's too long. One thing that I realized was I was around a bunch of people that was not being transparent about their marriage, even though they was being transparent. We very transparent. We tell the truth about, but you don't get into details. So you transparent and you say, yeah, we went through in our marriage, but what did you go through? So here I am in my marriage going through hell. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one. And one day I was in rehearsal and we have a computer room there's a computer room at the Center for Manifestation. And I walked by the computer room and I heard one of the members, I recognized her voice, so I knew who it was. And I heard one of the members talking about all the issues. She was confiding in another lady there about, some of the issues that she was dealing with in her marriage. And the issues that she was dealing with was some of the same ones that I was dealing with. And I was just like, I've been going through this and not knowing that anyone else is going through this. Because all people say is marriage is work, marriage is work, marriage is work, marriage is work. But don't nobody really be for real. Don't nobody get into the gutter, the gutter of stuff that happens in marriage, the things that damage you in marriage. So I was just like, dang, everybody talking about how transparent they are, but ain't nobody being transparent. So from that day forward, I was like, I'm not the only one that's going through stuff in my marriage. That's a good point.
Because even with transparency, it's like with Instagram or even with, Facebook or any social media, people can be transparent, but they have a control on just how much they want you to see and how much they don't want you to see. Like even us, our house is junky right now. But we sitting up against the blinds because we not finna show y'all the rest of our house. We're willing to be transparent to an extent. So it's just like being honest with yourself about, hey, even though people are being transparent, there's an extent of that transparency. But knowing that in church, it's important to be as transparent as possible because the church is full of people that's got a whole lot of problems. But, we're all in here because Jesus can take it and he know. So it's just like we should be able to know one another and be mature that's a whole nother thing because, you know, a lot of people in church are not mature enough to hear stuff without wanting to run and you know, go gossip before they pray, which is a gospel deficiency. But yeah, if we were more, you know, that's what the last thing I'll say. If we were more gospel dependent, just truly and really, people would have a safe place to truly be transparent because they know that, you know, that next person is being transparent as well. And if their transparency doesn't match theirs, they still know that by virtue of the gospel that we all got something compared to God. We're not comparing ourselves to each other, but we're comparing ourselves to God. And when we compare ourselves to God, basically we all on the same level. So I can't go and run and gossip about you, about what you're dealing with. I should be able to see myself and not have to gossip or feel like I'm better than you because I don't have a problem with infidelity or people cheating on me or you know, any other thing. There shouldn't be comparison in the body because all of us got a level ground when it comes to God.
That's right. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for the questions and
Thank
stuff.
you for listening.
We might do this more. We won't do an hour and 45 minutes more, but we'll probably do this more. And yeah.
For those of you who watched this back, you all are real ones. If y'all watch this whole thing,
straight up, might take you for days, but all right, y'all. We out. Thanks for watching. Bye.